Hi there, today we're looking at the Embassy Cinema in Braintree, Essex. It was situated at 7A Fairfield Road on a corner site. It was built in 1934-35, but to complete the story we should start further back, at the very beginning in 1912, and a nice little cinema that once stood proud on the site. So, let's get underway. The Picture Palace Cinema, 7A Fairfield Road, Braintree in Essex. The first movies shown in Braintree were at the Biograph. Now this was a portable booth situated on the fairground site, later to become the post office, opposite a pub from around 1906. The mixture of primitive auditorium, nitrate film, as well as projector and audience that both exuded smoke, was a fire waiting to happen. As a result, fire regulations were introduced, which led to purpose-built cinemas. The Picture Palace was Braintree's first cinema building, located on that corner of Fairfield Road and Victoria Street. The Picture Palace Cinema was built on a site of a small sandpit and was opened in December 1912 by Cyril Getliff and H. Thurston Jr., advertising on its canopy electric photoplays and high-class variety. All seating was on a single level. The silent films were accompanied by a musical duet of piano and violin. By 1927 it was operated by the R. Tozel and S. E. Linsell circuit, and as well as enjoying silent films, patrons could enjoy various shows and variety acts on the Picture Palace's small but very effective stage, including Alfred Lanham and Nikolai, the Russian dwarf. Patrons could choose from either hard wooden benches at the very front or luxury tip-up seats. The Picture Palace was a successful enterprise indeed, and it was taken over by the Shipman and King cinema chain around January 1929. They closed it late 1934. The reason? They had bigger plans for that wonderful corner site. Shipman and King demolished the Picture Palace and built their new Embassy Cinema on the site, which opened on the 8th of April 1935. So now let's look at the Embassy Cinema. Same site, 7A Fairfield Road, Braintree. One screen, 1,005 seats. The Embassy Cinema was built on the site of the former Picture Palace Cinema in 1935, when Braintree's population was just 9,000. It was built for and was operated by the Shipman and King circuit, as we've said before, and opened on the 8th of April 1935, as we've said before. It was the first cinema in that circuit to be named Embassy. The first film shown here was Things Are Looking Up by Max Miller and Cecily Courtledge. The imposing building, designed by Leslie Kemp of architectural firm Kemp and Tasker, was originally designed to seat 1,005 people in stalls and circle levels. At the time the planning was submitted, the population of Braintree was little more than 9,000, so a cinema of modest capacity was anticipated and built. Internal decorations were by interior designer Eugene Mollo of the firm Mollo and Egan. Look at this wonderful photograph here, taken in April 1935, of the awe-inspiring cafe designed by Eugene Mollo. Now the carpet, Palmer, was fitted throughout the Embassy. Mollo also used the same carpet in his interior designed Majestic Cinema in Reigate and the Embassy Cinema in Malden in Essex. It had a Christie 3-manual 6-ranks organ. It was equipped with stage facilities and dressing rooms and had a cafe for the convenience of patrons. The Christie organ survives to this day and is believed to be somewhere in Wales. If you know where, let me know in the comments. On the 1st of April 1972, it was taken over by the Star Group of companies, oh dear, and renamed Studio One. It operated as a cine bingo operation, eventually becoming a full-time choral bingo club which closed in March 1988. But was it Starr who in 1972 created the cinema in the circle only, leaving the stalls for bingo? It probably was, knowing Starr, but I am prepared to be corrected on that. Once again, please comment below if you know different. An independent operator took over and refurbished the cinema in 1989, reopening as the Embassy Theatre in the stalls and the Embassy Arena Cinema in the circle. It was closed again in April 1991 and stood unused until January 1992, when another operator took over, reopening the cinema using the 333 seats in the circle only. It was known as the Embassy Arena Cinema, but was closed in late 1993. There were plans to convert into a nightclub, but these were refused by the local authority. It was purchased by the J.D. Wetherspoon chain of pubs and eventually reopened, returning to the name of the original cinema on the site, the Picture Palace, on the 26th of July 1998. Let's have a look at one or two pictures of that pub, shall we? Well, that's it for this one. I hope you liked it. Till next time, be good to each other, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.